My name is John Chamberlain. I'm the Division Chief for the South Desert Division, which oversees approximately 8,000 square miles of the county. I oversee the fire operations and EMS delivery from the town of Yucca Valley to the city of Needles, as well as down the river corridor. We thank you for your attendance here today to the site for the groundbreaking for the new Fire Station 32. As many of you have traveled a great distance to be here with us today, we appreciate those efforts. In the interest of time and other commitments, we're going to keep the ceremony brief. After the program, should you have any questions about the facility or the operations of the River Battalion, feel free to ask any of my staff members or any of the county representatives here. To begin, I would like to introduce to you the Reverend Canon Janet Early, Vicar of St. John the Evangelist Episcopal Church. Man, that's hard to say. I got it done though. To lead us in the flag salute and the invocation for today's event. Janet?
Please stand for the prayer. Gracious God, Heavenly Father, we give you thanks today for this gathering to celebrate the breaking of ground for our new fire station. We ask God to bless this place and make it holy. We ask you to bless all who will work here. We ask you to bless our firefighters and the ones throughout our country and the brotherhood firefighters throughout the world. We ask you to give them your guidance and protection as they keep our city safe. We ask all this in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, our Savior and our Redeemer.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'd like to go ahead and take a few moments to introduce some dignitaries that are in attendance. In the interest of time, please hold any applause until the introductions are complete. With us today, we have 1st District Supervisor Robert Lovingood. We have Needle City Council Member and Vice Mayor Jeff Williams. Where's he at? There he is. Thank you. Sorry, you sat down. Needle City Manager Rick Daniels. Where's Oregon? Go Oregon. Deputy Chief Rob Wickham from the Sheriff's Department. I can't read the right crazy. Captain Ross Tarango from the Sheriff's Department. We have Carl Albin, the Director of Architecture and Engineering for the county. We also have with us David Webb, the contractor for D. Webb Incorporated. Fire Chief Mark Hartwig from San Diego County Fire District. Retired Deputy Fire Chief Dan Odom in the back, as well as representatives of our Fire Services Task Force. We all give them a round of applause, please. Real quick, Fire Station 32 was conceptualized in 2010. Way before my tenure as the division chief out here. Let me just get that on the record. The station went through several renditions and ideas about how to best serve the community, including the entire river and our constituents that utilize it, prior to us being on this particular site here today. The station started funding in May of 2011 and was part of the 11-12 budgeting process. The final lot determination was made in 2013, and almost 2 years ago to the day today, we purchased the lot. We're groundbreaking today here. Dirt should be moving later on this week, and we're envisioning the station being completed within 1 calendar year. With that, I have the distinct pleasure and opportunity to introduce to you the County Board of Supervisors serving you and your needs in the area. He oversees the largest geographical land area and some of the most diverse demographics in the nation. He's been a very good friend and representative to serving your public safety needs. Please welcome your supervisor for the 1st District, the Honorable Mr. Robert Lovingood.
Good morning. This is one of these, when I look at this is one of the great ones you get to do. We get to deal with, I think, kind of a lot of times challenges and opportunities that don't require a photo shoot or a press release and really behind the scenes that are quite challenging. But let me share with you what's so great about this. this is a footprint of really true economies. So what they've done with the Station 22 in Spring Valley Lake, they've duplicated that same footprint here. And by working and looking forward, there's a great deal of money that Carl and his group has brought in designing something that can easily be replicated time and time again. It saves money. Our conversation on the way out here, we have 3 of these for the original cost, just over the original cost of what would have been 1 station. So as our economy improves, and it's going to be challenging, we still do have greater opportunity in the next 10 years that you will see than I think than we've seen in the last. And that comes with our commitment to Needles. And we actually have had conversations on your community that I can't yet announce, but you will probably see us out in the next 30 days collectively with other improvements that we feel that we're going to be able to increase in some services. I'll leave it at that, but thank you for having me out today. You've got a great newly, and again, nurse practitioner with our county health systems. So we're really working to improve services out here. So thanks for having me out today. And with that, I'm turning it back over to the captain.
Thank you for the comments, Supervisor. Again, I have the pleasure of introducing a gentleman who provides direction of fire service and EMS delivery for the largest geographical county in the 48 contiguous states. He is heavily involved in representing the needs of the most underserved areas of the county, including those of the river corridor. Please welcome your San Bernardino County Fire District Chief, Mark Carter.
Thanks, John. Thank you, Supervisor. We get a lot of support from the board, and we often get verbal support. Supervisor Lovingood gives us what we need, and I only say that because I think he brings some real-world experience to some of the verbal support we've had for a long time in the fire district. This is truly a commitment from the county in partnership with the city. Currently, we serve you with a fire engine, a 3.0 staff fire engine. That fire engine can do an interior attack and a rescue operation on a structure fire. A 2.0 staff fire engine doesn't do that. For the first time that I know of, since I've been here, we have a 3.0 staff professional engine. And I say professional engine, if somebody calls off sick, if somebody goes on vacation, you have a fire engine here with 3 people that when dispatched to a structure fire can do an interior attack, essentially a rescue operation, and put water on the fire. Yeah, thank you. that really comes from the city's money and the county's money in partnership. I want to introduce my fire crew because we talk a lot about what we do here, but I'm not doing anything here today. We have people that are providing the service right here in the back. If you just raise your hand. The county will always have a responsibility in the Needles area on the 40 and the 95 corridor and the county unincorporated areas, and the city has a responsibility to provide fire protection for its citizens. So coming together and saying, how can we put that responsibility, and it isn't just in Needles today. We've had a relationship with the city of Needles since 1977, the county of San Bernardino. In 2004, we solidified that relationship with a contract, and throughout the county, and in fact, you've probably read yourselves about other cities, jurisdictions with fire power saying, how can we get together with where you have fire powers in the region, and how can we create a sustainable regional fire protection model so that we don't have to invest in the overhead and the infrastructure, and then you, right next door, invest in the overhead and infrastructure. We can get together, invest together, and maybe just pay for the overhead. I'm the most expensive firefighter in the county. You only need one of them. Let's take the money that we bring in, the revenue, and then let's put more people on the streets. And that's really our challenge, not just here in Needles, but throughout the county. I'll only do one correction. The state of Alaska has boroughs that are a little larger than our counties, but they're not called counties. So we're actually the largest county in the in the United States at a little over 20,000 square miles. And as John said, Division Chief Chamberlain, it really, most of that area is protected by Supervisor Lovingood, and as the supervisor's staff, myself, and the CEO of the county are looking at ways that we can pool those dollars and provide better protection, not just here, but along the river corridor for you that live and travel and vacation. With that, I say thank you. Thank you for allowing us to serve you. We count it as a privilege. Our biggest challenge is to serve 16,000 square miles, which is our jurisdiction countywide, but then be that small town department for the needles of our county. And because of the men and women we have serving you each and every day, the oversight here at that division, we're able to do that. So thank you, and we're looking forward to serving you out of this beautiful, beautiful facility.
At this time, we'd like to invite everyone outside over here to the shovel ceremony. At the completion of that, please feel free to return for some refreshments. Any questions you may have of the staff. At this point, staff directives, if you want to proceed over for the shovel, we'd appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, yeah, boy. All this dirt out here, everything on top of it. Out of everything we had to do, well, that's what they bring the heavy equipment for. Oh, we don't do that. Rick. No. Rick, come on out. Jeff. Jeff's here. We're going to get the ducks in the picture. Let's go. Go ducks.
Maybe you don't get a shovel. Would you like a rep from the Chamber of Commerce?
Sure, why not? What about the safety guard?
So we've got to do our photo op first. Brandon, you tell them what you need to do. You guys all want to put your hand on the shovel for right now?
There you go.
Robbie? They want you. We have a helmet especially for you, Robbie.
Give me one of those fireman helmets.
Yeah.
There you go. We know you want to be a fireman, Robbie. We understand. All right.
You gotta hold the pose for a minute.
Yeah, we're going to just hold this and look up. Pick up some dirt.
Getting heavy.
Okay, and then you can just kind of.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.